Hey everybody, I'm just going to put that in right, just double checking that I am in Boss Babe, I am in the right group. It's a bit wonky, isn't it? Just pop that in. If you are here live, do drop me a note in to say hi. I know we are later today than we would normally be. I normally do my live at 12:30. But today I'm a little bit late because I had a very important appointment today. Got my hair done. Oh my goodness. Oh God, what a relief. What brilliant having my hair done. How does it, who's managed to get to the hairdressers now? Let me know. Hey Julie, do let me know if you are here live or put a hashtag replay if you are catching up on replay. Who has managed to get their hair done so far? Been to the hairdressers? Oh my God, I've been counting the days down and what a difference it makes. So, yay, I'm excited. So apologies that it's not the 12:30 live, but it was very important to go and get my hair done. It was desperation. Oh, thank you, Julie. Oh, Michelle, you were at the hairdressers too this morning and you feel amazing. What a difference, isn't it? Hey, Beth. Lovely to see you all. God, what a difference it makes. I just feel so much more human again. And actually, I can put my head forward on camera now without kind of going, oh God, my roots. So, yay, exciting stuff. Right, today's session. So, oh, thank you, Helen. That is lovely. Thank you. Today's session, as you know, I'm now kind of doing this live about things that are, the challenges that are affecting, so, that I've come across in the last week or so. And today's session is all about, what happens when your goal, the goal that you really desire, suddenly becomes desperation. Where we need it rather than kind of trusting it's going to happen. Oh, thank you, Julie. Thank you so much. Lovely to see you all. So this has come up in my coaching group. This is where you are literally talking about, instead of kind of being in flow and you want, you know what your goal is, you've got clarity on your goal, but then you suddenly have that fear coming in that you're not going to get it. And all you then think about is, I need it. I need the money, for instance, and you worry that, you worry about what's happening and you've got that fear coming up. So when you're kind of needing that money, either the relationship or the clients, it can get really frustrating and even upsetting because it then feels like, almost impossible to move forwards towards your goals and your dreams. And when we've got this, when the balance tips, we get really fixated on the outcome. We get very fixated on it. And I don't know about you. And this is all talking from a place of experience as well. I know that this is something that I've had. And I'll tell you a little story as we go through the live today about me switching my thinking. And when I switched my thinking and let go, then I suddenly started having really phenomenal months. Before that, it was a bit up and down because I'd kind of set a goal and then I think, but I'm just not going to reach that. And so we have to flip that switch. So I'm going to give you some tips today. So let me know in the comments if any of this is resonating with any of you, where you kind of now are thinking, I desperately need that money. If I don't get that money coming in, I'm not going to be able to afford, to pay my bills, or I'm not going to do whatever it is. And suddenly you're coming from a place of lack. We're coming from a place of being scared and we're fearful of things happening. So if that is you, let me know because it's now time to let it go. You've got to learn to let it go, release the stress from it because it is, it's very, very stressful, isn't it? When you're in that state, when you're constantly thinking, oh gosh, will I get that client, or, will I get, all this pressure that we're putting on ourselves. So Julie, oh yes, although I've got a 9 to 5 to take the pressure off. Yeah, and that's the interesting thing, and that's probably where it came up actually in our group. So this is where, you know, my ladies, they're making that transition. So they are looking at the moment, they want to give up their 9 to 5. Well, this is only a couple of them. They're not all in this position, but they, you know, they want to give up the 9 to 5, but then they think, but I need the money, so I can't do that. I can't do that because, you know, what's going to happen? Oh, thank you, Annabelle. God, I feel so much better having my hair done. It's ridiculous, isn't it? You know, it's ridiculous when you suddenly think what a difference it makes. So thank you, Annabelle. That's great. So this is really about us having this feeling of that we've got to control something. Because I don't know about you, but I've noticed, and I've certainly noticed more now since I made that switch, that things go so much more smoothly when I give up that control, when I allow it to happen rather than making it happen and trying to force something to happen. Because we then get so attached to that specific outcome that actually we repel it. We repel it, you know, and almost, you know, again, like the ladies in my group that we're talking about when we were actually discussing this, that, you know, they're doing all the things that they think they should be doing, and yet they're not getting the results that they want. So let's just say that money's the goal, and then all you seem to bring in is more bills, or, you know, the clients are not coming in. And actually what we're focusing on there is what we don't have. We don't have the money that we want. And that is coming from that place of lack. So we think we're focusing on what we want, but instead the reality is we're focusing on something that we haven't got yet. And we're in that constant cycle when we're doing that, because, you know, it's almost, you know, that's what we want. We desperately want it to happen. So, you know, in this case, so we can give up the 9 to 5 and go, you know, that's what we desperately want, but all we're focusing on, but I haven't got that yet. I'm not in a position to do that. I can't give up my job yet because I haven't got the money yet and I haven't got the clients yet. So actually, although consciously we're thinking, yeah, I know I'm clear on what I want, deep down, we're coming from a place of lack. We get the opposite. You know, we might get our sales bombing, or we're in debt, or we're staying single, for instance. So let me know in the comments if any of that rings true for you. Let me know that if you think you're working towards your goal and you think you're doing everything you can towards your goal, but actually the reality is you're still coming from a place of fear. You know, that we're focusing on what we don't want to happen. We don't want to not get clients. We don't want to be broke. We don't want to be single. So can you see the difference there between focusing on what we want and what we don't want? And for me, when I was in that state, when I was doing that, when I wanted it so badly and I wanted it so badly, then I worried excessively. It was almost as if that was all I could think of. Getting the money is ringing true for you, Helen. You know, you get scared, you get fearful, you get frustrated. And actually for me, that's when my vision gets really narrow and you know, and almost unfocused, because, you know, my breath is shallow, you know, heart rating, you've got that fear, that gut stuff in your stomach, and I'm constantly thinking about the thing that I haven't got yet. And that almost becomes my tunnel vision. And this is where you then start wondering, what the heck am I doing wrong? I'm doing all the things I'm supposed to do. And, you know, then I've got little concentration on and that's where the procrastination comes in and all of those other things. So, you know, you've not got that present moment awareness there. And actually when we let go, and this is the shift that I had when I let go, the calm, the peace, you know, all came through. I was seeing clearly. My vision was very clear about what it was, and I was able to see the bigger picture with that. So it's almost the irony of it, is that attempting to control things means we're actually less in control. You know, when I'm obsessing about the details and the outcome, I get in my own way. And I know for me that is something I'm now aware of and I can do something about. Because desire pulls you towards, or desire pulls things towards you, desperation pushes them away. So if you're chasing something that you need, it becomes out of desperation, and they will tend to run away from you because it's pursuing your goal with fear-based intention. So you're focusing negatively on it. Instead of working towards it, you are negatively focusing on it. You're focusing what you haven't got yet. You're focusing on that thing that almost seems in the future and you haven't got it yet. And that's where you miss out on opportunities as well, and that's where you keep on getting disappointed. Let me know if any of this rings true for you. And let's just flip it around a little bit. Let's just flip it around. Have you, you may have noticed for you when you've booked a holiday, you've planned and booked a holiday. I know, you know what those old things are. And you're really excited about it. You're really excited about your holiday, and you're thinking day and night about your holiday, but you're excited, aren't you? You're working towards, so you're planning what you're doing before it's actually started. You're thinking about all the things you've got to do. You do a plan of action. What are you going to be wearing? What are you going to be taking with you? So it's all coming from a place of wanting and desire and excitement, rather than that obsessive, fearful thinking, because you know it's going to happen. You're 100% positive. And this is not just about the holiday per se. This is about life as a whole. If you then started flipping that around and you start thinking negatively before the holiday begins, let's just see how your holiday gets skewed. Okay, so, it's about anything in your life. If it's coming from a place of, feeling deprived of it, a place of lack, then that is what we're going to bring more to us. Our focus on the lack brings more of the same to us. Like attracts like. Think of it like a boomerang. What you send out vibrationally, we get back. We get back until we change those vibrations. When we trust that we're okay, no matter what circumstances come our way, we don't need to micromanage the details. We then open ourselves up to all sorts of wonderful possibilities there. That when we're when we're on that right path. So what we want to actually do is look at surrendering it. Surrendering it and letting it go. Now, surrendering means to stop fighting. It's about stop fighting with yourself, stop fighting with the universe, whatever your beliefs are, and and the natural flow of things. It's about it's instead of pushing against things, it's stopping resisting and pushing against something. And then it's having that trust and faith and belief, because that's your desire, that's what you truly want. Then having that trust and belief that all is well. It's not about inaction. It's not suddenly going, right, now I've sent it out, I don't have to do anything. No, it's not about that. It's about taking an action that's aligned with your desires from a place of surrendering that, rather than from a place of resistance and need. Because when we're needing something, we are in that control mode. We are pushing. Almost like you're in a small boat and you're paddling upstream against the current. It's a really hard fight then. But when we choose to let it go and surrender it, that's when we're floating in line with the flow of the currents. We're floating downstream. It's, we're gently being pulled in the right direction. So it's really good actually to physically say, I'm letting it go. You know, taking that breath and letting it go. I'm working with the flow and doing it that way. You know, and you might want to just, you know, for you, it's also that way of knowing that you're being supported in, you know, in what you want to do. That we can always choose to do things the hard way, or we can choose to do things the easy way. Now, I know for me, I'm still a work in progress. I think all of us are a work in progress, but I am allowing it to become a habit instead of making it happen, making it that habit. So what we have to do is really, you know what we want and then let go of needing it. You know, because actually this also links to that kind of attachment bit when we mistakenly believe that if we get something, that's going to be linked to our happiness. So, you know, if you believe that you can't be happy until you get the money, or before you get that promotion, or before you've done, you know, got those clients, or in that relationship, whatever it is, then that's when you're attached to it. And when we're doing that, when we're constantly chasing the outcome, we forget to enjoy the journey. Let me know in the comments now, you know, for those of you in business, who of you have kind of gone, right, you know, that's not what I went into business for. You know, we choose to go into business because we want that freedom, we want all of those nice things, we want to be enjoying the journey. So let me know in the comments how, if sometimes you get so focused on your goal and the outcome, whether it's financial or whatever it might be, that you actually forget to enjoy the getting there. Let me know if that is you, because life is not a destination. It is all about the journey. It's all about the journey. And actually, when you are on that sort of hamster wheel where you're chasing it, it's blooming exhausting. It's exhausting when you like that. So let me know in the comments if that is you right now. Because you always get what you focus on. You always get what you focus on. You know, what are you saying, you know, yes to right now? What's on your plate that you are subconsciously saying yes to? You know, you always get what you focus on. So if you become very attached to achieving your goals, to the point of needing them, you actually start focusing on avoiding not achieving them. You focus on trying to avoid failing to achieve them. That actually obstructs your goals from flowing to you. You will actually then be focusing on not achieving them. And that focus is, you're trying to let it go, Julie, whilst doing the action. I'm going to give you some tips today that you can do, and they're really simple ones to do. And it means going all out on it, but I know that that's what you want to do, you know? So we want you to be focusing on what you want to happen rather than what you don't want to happen. Now, when we talk about letting go, that doesn't mean sacrificing or compromising or giving up. A lot of people take it the wrong way. And this isn't about, you know, letting go is only that obsession about the things that you desperately want in life. When you actually focus on what you want to happen and let go of the how, it allows that filtering part of your brain to do its work. And it presents us with lots of opportunities and possibilities in line with achieving our goal. Sorry, I've got a tickle in my throat. I think it's all the smell of the hair stuff. Right. Isn't that annoying? So, if you want something, you've got to let it go. And this doesn't mean that you stop wanting it. Remember the law of attraction. I can't get rid of the tickle now. You'll have to excuse me a second. Okay, so if you want to let it go, you've got to actually, it doesn't mean that you stop wanting it. It actually means getting in flow with what you want. It's actually the reverse of that, because the law of attraction, it responds to your energy. You attract or you fail to attract situations based on your energy. So when you focus on what you want and get aligned to it, that's when the magic happens. We will get to the tips in a moment before I choke. So this is where the magic happens. Now, I spoke about this some time ago, that when I actually set my goal to actually increase to 20k months and then let it go and trusted in myself and had the belief, that's when it happens. Gosh, would you believe it today? Choking. Is the universe trying to tell me something today? It's because I've had my hair done, isn't it? So it really is about, honestly, I want you to now shift your focus. I want you to, and trust in yourself that it is there. Like I said, I've got some tips for you. For me, it was a massive shift. Before that, you know, I was having some inconsistent income. It was going up and down because I was then focusing on the outcome. And when I didn't, that's when it happened. And, you know, it's then consistent income to do that. And I think that's what we all want, isn't it? We don't want this up and down. So the first thing I'm going to ask you is, do you really want it? When you're setting your goal, do you really want it? If you really want it, I want you to be absolutely obsessed now about thinking good about that thing. And then watch what happens. That's different to needing it. It's about you want it so bad that you are getting excited about it. Think about it as that holiday. Think about it as it's like your holiday. You know it's going to happen. You've got your holiday sorted. You know it's going to happen. So you then get absolutely, totally excited about what you want. It's what you want. So get absolutely excited on it. Now, yearning for it, wishing for it, longing for it, or hoping for it, they're not activities of focusing on what you want. You might think they are, but they are not. They are still coming from a place of lack because you don't believe you've got it. Think about it like your holiday. Within my programs, we focus on getting clarity on what you do want. Now, you'd think it was a really simple question, but actually we spend most of our daily activities thinking about what we don't want or don't want to happen rather than what we do. And whatever you focus on is happily returned to you. Think of it like that boomerang. If you're thinking, right, yeah, okay, I'm going to get 10 clients, but I'm not going to get those 10 clients, am I? No, they're not going to buy from me. And suddenly we're thinking that we're letting those bits come in. So we suddenly start focusing on what I don't want to happen. That's the bit you're going to get back. So Helen, it's interesting to think about letting go of the outcome. Your job has trained you to focus on the outcomes. Yeah, absolutely, within your job, yeah. And you actually know what we're sharing is true. So there's a difference between the outcomes and then clear goal path to get the outcomes. That's different. It's when we're actually setting the outcome, but we don't actually believe it's possible to do it. And then we get obsessed with then getting it. It's going to change a bit of a shift. It's a mindset shift. But I want you to all now, right, so here's some more, the top tips, if you like, for you. I want you to get clear about what you want. I've got some great exercises in my programs that we do to really get super clear on what we want. So get clear on what you want is the first thing. I also want you to, be coming from a place where you are grateful of everything that you already have. Because especially when we're focusing on money, when we're kind of the outcome is the money. So in the case of, no worries, catch up later, Julie. Literally is a couple of minutes. So catch up on the end afterwards, Julie. So when you are grateful of what you've already got, when you're thinking about money, for instance, and you're thinking, right, okay, I haven't achieved my goal yet, we're actually not grateful about the fact that, you've got a house, that we're in, you've got a roof over your head, we're able to just, buy whatever we want to buy, we can go into, we've got freedom to do that, so be grateful about everything you've got around you first, rather than focusing what you haven't got yet. Get in touch with your why, your purpose, and the value that you offer, and then let go of the outcome, the specific outcome. And then you're going to be obsessed with your desires. What do you want to happen? What do you want to happen? And then, get really excited about that. That's got to be really compelling. I mean, it's your desire, for instance. Why do we throw all these horrible things in that we don't want? I want you to be obsessed with your desire. And then you're going to trust in yourself and know it's going to happen. Just like your holiday, just know it's going to happen. And, use whatever, belief busters or affirmations or whatever you need to remind yourself of these new beliefs about your desires. So whether it's affirmations or post-its or journaling or whatever it is to get you in high vibe and to, for those beliefs, do whatever it takes. You're going to fill yourself with joy and gratitude. Fill yourself with, joy and love, because this highes your frequency. And remember, like attracts like. So the more positive and joyful and happy you are and content with what you've already got, the more of that you'll get to you. The other thing is to, in order to let go, is to get busy in other areas of your life. Hobbies or whatever, meditation or other things that takes your focus away from the need. So shift that focus into something else. Remember, you get what you want once you stop negatively thinking about it. When you have that faith and the trust in your desire, you automatically let it go. So it's not something you then have to think of. You will automatically do that. So that's it for today's session. I hope you found that useful. I would really love to hear what you've thought of today, what your biggest ahas are, and if when you're sort of thinking about your ahas, how can I support you more? What else would you like to see in these sessions? What else would you like to be seeing? So let me know, don't sit in the shadows and just watch it. I want you to really participate in all of these sessions that we're doing. It'll be uploaded to the group. If you're catching up on replay, do a hashtag replay so that I know that. And I will see you again normal time next week. Have a fabulous week, everybody. See you later. Bye.